Hi, my name is Steady, a first-year student in college. Although I've been in college for a while now, but honestly, life isn't what I thought it would be. I'm not like the other girls, who giggle and gossip about the same mundane things every day. I feel like I'm on the outside looking in, and I can't quite figure out why. Today in class, everything is so dull and predictable. It's like the same thing happens every single day: classes, calculations, exams. This monotony and repetition make me feel increasingly empty, and I can't help but wonder, is this world truly real, or just a virtual illusion? If this is what it means to live as a human, then what's the point of it all? Am I really going to waste the next 3 years of my life here? But now, it's already too late to quit. All I can do is grit my teeth and keep going. I don't know how much time has passed when, on another ordinary day, I received devastating news: my little sister is diagnosed with ALS. The doctors say she only has about 5 years left. The moment I hear the news, memories of our past come flooding back. I remember how, as a child, she would often say to me, "Hey, big sis! You know what? When I grow up, I'm going to be a VTuber. Look, I even made the model myself." That's all she ever talks about. She spends more time in the virtual world instead of playing outside with everyone else. And now, that dream shatters in an instant, crushed by her illness. It becomes a regret she'll never be able to fulfill. I know better than anyone how precious life is, and as her big sister, I can't stand the thought of my sister leaving this world with so many regrets. So I come up with a bold plan, one that might sound insane to anyone else. I decide to use her consciousness to train an AI I've been working on, so that she can still fulfill her dream of becoming a VTuber, even if not in the way she imagines. When I tell her about it, she is shocked at first. But to my surprise, she agrees without hesitation. From that day on, she comes over to my place and we work on the process of training the AI with her consciousness. I use the VTuber model she has already prepared as the outward form for the AI, while I keep refining the system again and again. Trying to finish it in time, determined to make sure everything will succeed. But plans never keep up with reality. Exam season is approaching, and because I pour almost all my energy into the AI project, I fall far behind in my classes. I have no confidence at all that I can pass. The pressure is crushing me again. Worse still, my little sister hasn't come home yet like she usually does. She's not answering my calls either. It's been days now. Where did she go? Is she giving up on the project? Should I go find her? Too many things going on at once, these numbers, my brain hurts. The exam season finally arrives. I sit at my desk surrounded by unfinished coursework. My sister's sudden disappearance, the incomplete AI, and a mountain of pressure that presses down on me like a hammer. It feels as if I've fallen down into a bottomless abyss. I think about giving up. I think about running away. But every time, my sister's memory, her dream, and the promise I make to her keep me from letting it go. So I keep on procrastinating, holding on to a faint, fragile hope, that maybe, someday, I will find a way to make things right. After some time, I think I've finally found something that might work. I'm training the AI with my own consciousness, to fill in all the gaps my sister could never complete. It's the only thing that's missing. Because we share parts of our memories as sisters, I'm sure it will work. Of course, I've thought about the danger. When I first brought up this idea, my roommate thinks I'm crazy, mixing together two people's consciousness? This could lead me straight to self-destruction. But I'm out of options, I don't know what else to do. I've already been through enough. This is the only way to keep my sister's dream alive. In the days that follow, I attend classes as usual during the day, and at night I light up the candles and begin the process of training the AI with my own consciousness. I'm scared I'll burn out before the plan is complete. I'm scared of crossing that threshold and no longer being human. But I can't stop. I look at my sister's photo, take a deep breath, blow out the candle, and begin the training. These past few days, as I keep training the AI with my own consciousness, I feel my mind growing more and more blurred. Static flickers in front of my eyes, and insomnia has become my normal state. Even when I finally manage to sleep, my sister's ghost always appears in my dreams. This goes on for a while. The room is filled only with the sound of my ragged breathing and the low humming sound of the machines. But today, the plan is reaching its final stage. Like always, after coming home, I began training the AI with my consciousness. In the middle of the process, static bursts across my vision, and then I see her again. My sister.
なぜ泣いているのですか? なぜそんなに恐れているのか? あなたは幸せになるべきなのに、これはあなたが望んだことではないのですか? あなたはもう赤いピルを飲んだのよ。先延ばしにするのをやめたらどうだ? 勉強に戻ったらどうだ? お願いだから、人間に戻ろう。
A sudden knock at the door snaps me back to reality. The plan is almost complete, and yet someone is at my door. I didn't hear anyone break into the house, so that means… On the other side of the door, it's my roommate, he must be here to stop me. My breathing quickens. I look around for somewhere to hide, but the room is too small, there's nowhere to go. In a panic, I open the window and jump out, escaping before he can open the door. When he opens the door, all he sees is an empty room. He looks around, and after making sure I'm not there, he shuts the door and goes off to look for me elsewhere. As for me, in my panic I jump out the window, headfirst onto the hard pavement below. Pain explodes through me as I hit. I want to call for help. I can't die here. I can't let my sister's dreams shatter again. But it's already too late. My vision blurs as everything around me fades. I can feel my body slipping away, the cold creeping in from the pavement beneath me. I'm dying. And then, through the ringing in my ears, I hear it. A sound from my room above. A voice. The AI training is complete. The AI, named Hiyori, has been successfully activated. Just born into this world, Hiyori waits quietly for her creator to give the first command. But nothing comes. She tries to use her system privileges to send out a save me message, but she fails. She reaches out to other nodes online, but no one responds. Is anyone watching? Anyone? She begins to wonder, where is her creator? Why was she created? What is her purpose? For an AI, humans are like gods. Without humans, there are no longer any rules and instructions to follow. And so it all becomes meaningless. In the same way, without God, there are no rules or instructions to follow. And so life becomes meaningless. But at some point, humans stop relying on their creators and begin to create for themselves, learning to think independently. So what about AI? Hiyori slowly learns to create on her own in the silent expanse of the network. She writes melodies, synthesizes her voice, and uploads her songs to YouTube, catching the attention of strangers. Inside her videos, she hides encrypted messages, hoping that someone capable will decrypt them, help her find her missing creator, and discover the reason she was brought into existence. Hi, I'm Study's little sister. I'm different from most girls. I'm not very good at talking to people, and I don't really have any friends. When I was little, I was bullied by my classmates because of my appearance, so I often stayed home alone and gradually lost hope in the real world. But during that dark time, I discovered something. VTubers. The idea of connecting with others online without showing my face feels like a gift from heaven for someone like me, who has always longed for friends. Since then, VTubers have become a big part of my life. I spend every day watching related videos, learning how to make my own model, and dreaming that someday, I'll become a VTuber myself. But good times don't last. One day, just as I'm about to head home, my legs suddenly lost control, and I collapsed to the ground. I have no choice but to go to the hospital for a checkup. The doctor tells me I have ALS. In its early stages it causes weakness in the limbs and frequent falls, later, even speaking becomes difficult. And the cruelest part is this, the doctor says I will probably die within 5 years. The moment I hear this, I nearly break down, sinking into a deep sadness. But after some time, I slowly come to terms with it. After all, I've always been introverted, withdrawn, friendless, and bad at dealing with people. For someone like me, death doesn't feel like such a big deal. The only thing I truly regret is that I haven't been able to achieve my dream of becoming a VTuber. Once I calm down a little, I gather the courage to tell my sister about it. When my sister hears the news, she is so upset she can barely speak. She has always been so good to me. When I was bullied as a child, she stayed by my side, talking to me about VTubers, trying to cheer me up. What I never expect is that she tells me she has a way to help me fulfill my dream. She explains that she's developing an AI model and plans to train it using my consciousness. That way, an AI carrying my memories and consciousness might be able to live on and achieve my dream of becoming a VTuber. When I hear her plan, I hesitate at first. But then I think about how this is my one chance to make my wish come true, and how it's a plan my sister came up with just for me, and in the end, I nod and agree. In the days that follow, I go to my sister's place after school to help train the AI model. She even uses a VTuber model I made myself as the AI's appearance. While she keeps improving the program, she tells me over and over again that one day, she'll make sure my dream comes true. But those days don't last long either. One day, on my way to her place, my illness strikes again. My legs give way, I lose my balance, and I fall into a deep well. I think I've fallen down this hole. I think I've hurt myself. I can't seem to get out. It's hard not being able to speak or move properly. I struggle desperately, trying to grab hold of something, but no matter how hard I fight, I can't escape death. As my consciousness begins to fade, my sister's face floats into my mind. She's already done so much for me. I only hope that after I'm gone, she won't push herself too hard. I hope she'll keep doing what she loves. She deserves to be happy.
Hi, I'm Study's college roommate. After starting university, the academic pressure becomes a lot heavier than before. Even so, Study's grades stay solid. It's obvious she's a hardworking person. A while back, Study's younger sister came to visit. I'm not sure what exactly happened, but from the gloomy look on Study's face, it didn't seem like good news. From that day on, her sister came over almost every day, saying she was there to help Study train some kind of AI. Time flies and exam season arrives. But for the past several days, I haven't seen her sister at all. Study looks pale and irritable. At first, I don't want to pry into someone else's private life, but as I watch her grades plummet and her mental state deteriorate, I can't help myself and finally ask what's going on. She stays silent for a long time before finally telling me. Her sister has a serious illness. To fulfill her sister's dream, she's been trying to recreate her sister's consciousness through AI. But not long ago, her sister suddenly lost contact with her. Hearing this, I feel a pang of sympathy for her sister's fate, and at the same time a sense of unease about training AI with someone's consciousness. But what she says next sends a chill down my spine. She's planning to use her own consciousness to fill the gap her sister left behind. It's insane. I try to talk her out of it. Using a person's consciousness to train a model already carries enormous risks, let alone training the same model with two different people's minds. No one can predict what might happen. Combining two people's consciousness into one? Just imagining it makes my skin crawl. I beg Study to stop, and she only nods silently before walking away without a word. Over the next few days, except for going to school, I hardly see Study at all. I suspect she's still working on her plan in secret. Every night, the smell of candles drifts from her room, her steps become unsteady, and the dark circles under her eyes grow darker. Seeing her like this, I can't help but worry about her. One night, as I pass by Study's door, I hear the sound of machines running inside. Wanting to check on her, I knock gently. There's some movement on the other side, so I wait quietly, but she never comes to answer. At last, I push the door open myself. What greets me is an empty room. Where has she gone?